Day 120. Blue shrinks. Blue voluntarily abandons enormous amounts of territory. Food stores become distributed. Tunnel systems simplify. Redundant strategic obligations disappear. Blue transforms from an empire into a fist. The Alliance suddenly has fewer independent targets. Oracle, we forced scarcity decisions. Bishop, so they removed decisions. Blue has answered the impossible choice by reducing how often impossible choices can exist. Day 144, the first nuclear game. The Alliance has 6 nukes, Blue has 6. Nobody has fired. Why? Because every weapon alters the strategic balance massively. Bishop proposes a strike on a Blue logistical hub. Oracle opposes. Blue could retaliate. Bishop, of course. Oracle, not retaliation, reconfiguration. Oracle sees that destroying the hub would eliminate infrastructure. Blue currently spends resources defending. A nuclear attack might actually simplify Blue's system. Imagine being so optimized that your enemy has to ask whether blowing up part of your colony accidentally makes you more efficient. They don't fire. Day 160. Blue fires first. No warning. 1 nuclear strike. Not Bishop Mound, not Oracle Mound, not their armies. It hits the Central Alliance transit region. The physical casualties are only 34 ants. Bishop immediately understands why. The location connected his present-oriented logistics with Oracle's future-oriented strategic network. Blue didn't target population, it targeted coordination geometry. 1 nuke has effectively increased the distance between Bishop and Oracle. Blue has physically recreated the interface weakness from day 41. Oracle, that's disgusting. Bishop, it was correct. Blue has 5 nukes. Alliance, 6. Day 161. Bishop retaliates. Bishop fires. Blue anticipated several likely targets. Bishop knows, so he targets something seemingly mediocre. A transportation region whose destruction makes 3 other Blue routes slightly less efficient simultaneously. The strike kills only 28 Blue ants, but Bishop wasn't maximizing casualties. He was attacking Blue's optimization geometry. For the first time, Blue's movement network becomes measurably less efficient, not because Blue wastes movement, because the physically shortest useful routes are now longer. Bishop has discovered something profound. If the opponent contains no inefficiency, Oracle finishes, put inefficiency into the world around them. Day 180, Attack Reality. This becomes the Alliance's new philosophy. Don't make Blue worse, make Blue's environment worse, destroy efficient routes, change terrain, create bottlenecks, separate food from population, force longer journeys, create simultaneous obligations. Blue still wastes nothing. But the minimum necessary movement itself becomes larger. They cannot corrupt Blue, so they corrupt the board. Blue must optimize. And finally, Blue begins taking serious losses. Day 211. Blue's answer. Of course, Blue understands. Instead of defending the efficient world, Blue starts destroying it too. Blue demolishes its own routes, abandons optimized tunnels, redistributes resources, changes geography before Bishop can weaponize it. Bishop is stunned. They're destroying perfection. Oracle, no. They're perfectly destroying what perfection no longer needs. Blue has no attachment to its own beautiful system. Self-mastery means no ego, no sunk cost fallacy. A tunnel requiring months to build, if it becomes strategically harmful, gone. No hesitation. Bishop realizes this makes Blue almost impossible to economically exhaust through sunk costs. Blue does not emotionally protect investments. Day 240. Population. After months of increasingly brutal warfare, Bishop 734, Oracle 751, Blue 1516, Combined Alliance 1485, Blue 1516. Almost equal. Nukes, Alliance, Blue. The original equality has essentially survived 240 days. That's insane. Day 251. Oracle discovers the second limit. Oracle has been thinking about one question for months. What does self-mastery actually master? Answer: the self. Blue perfectly governs its own actions, but it still doesn't control external randomness. Weather, animals, falling debris, disease, soil collapse, unknown information. Infinite intelligence does not mean omniscience. Blue cannot know information that physically does not exist yet. Oracle finally has something, not stupidity, not inefficiency, uncertainty. Day 270. The probability. War Oracle stops trying to hide plans from Blue. Instead, he builds plans whose outcomes depend partly on genuinely unresolved events. Multiple routes, multiple timings, multiple contingencies, not random stupidity, structured uncertainty. Bishop hates it initially. You're surrendering information. Oracle: no, I'm denying information to reality itself. If Oracle genuinely hasn't committed to which of three viable operations will happen until a future environmental signal, Blue cannot perfectly know which operation will happen beforehand. It can model probabilities infinitely well. But probability isn't certainty. For the first time, Blue must hedge, and hedging requires resources. Day 291. Blue perfects uncertainty. Unfortunately, Blue is terrifyingly good at probability too. It allocates forces exactly according to expected value. Oracle's uncertainty helps, but not enough. So Bishop adds something: threshold manipulation. He creates tiny present changes that continuously alter which future option has highest expected value. Now Blue's ideal allocation changes repeatedly. Blue responds perfectly. Move, reallocate. Move, reallocate. Still no wasted movement. Then Oracle sees it. Every reallocation is necessary, but necessary movement still consumes time and energy. The Alliance has created forced perfect movement, not wasted movement, useful movement made expensive by a changing world. That distinction becomes the foundation of the entire war. Day 318, Blue's most terrifying offensive. Blue has had enough, not emotionally, strategically. It determines Bishop is the more immediate threat to the new system. 420 Blue soldiers attack Bishop. No deception, no theatrics, just terrifying optimization. Bishop defends with 301. Oracle predicts the attack's future geometry and sends 96 reinforcements. Blue had accounted for them. Battle lasts 14 hours. Every blue ant seems impossible to isolate. Every formation covers another. Every retreat preserves value. Bishop loses 83. Oracle loses 29. Blue loses 71. Bishop Mound nearly falls. Oracle proposes nuclear support. Bishop refuses. Too close. Blue penetrates another chamber. For the first time in AWS history, Bishop looks at Oracle and says, I have no better move. Oracle: I do. Day 319. Oracle sacrifices. His future. Oracle launches an enormous offensive against Blue Mound, not because it can succeed, because Blue must decide whether continuing against Bishop is worth allowing Oracle's offensive to progress. Blue calculates and keeps attacking Bishop. Oracle is stunned. Blue is willing to lose territory. Bishop realizes why. They calculated that eliminating me is worth more. Oracle's face changes. If bishop falls, Oracle faces blue alone. Prediction versus complete self-mastery, probably hopeless. Oracle commits everything. Blue continues against bishop. The war becomes a race. Day 320, 3:07 a.m. Bishop's outer central chamber falls. Blue is close. Oracle reaches Blue's outer mound. Blue still doesn't withdraw. Bishop has perhaps hours. Then Bishop notices something. Blue's attacking force is perfect, but its perfection assumes Bishop is trying to survive. Bishop stops. He evacuates his command chamber, not backward, forward. Every remaining Bishop soldier counterattacks directly into Blue. Blue adjusts immediately, but Bishop isn't defending the mound anymore. He has transformed his mound from an asset into expendable terrain. Blue's optimal plan changes. Those few seconds of physical repositioning are enough. Oracle breaches Blue's first defensive layer. Now the value equation changes. Blue withdraws exactly 118 ants from Bishop, not 117, not 119. Enough. Bishop survives. Barely. Day 350. The war has changed. Everyone Bishop has learned to value futures. Oracle has learned ruthless immediate fundamentals. And Blue remains Blue. No character arc, no rage, no desperation, no pride. That's what makes it horrifying. After 350 days of nuclear war, invasion and death, Blue is exactly as self-mastered as day one. Day 372. The Alliance's greatest idea. Oracle approaches Bishop. We've been trying to create situations where Blue loses something. Bishop. Yes, that's insufficient. Oracle draws a circle. Inside, Blue mound. Around it, Bishop plus Oracle. We need a situation where the optimal action is still losing. Bishop stares. Oracle continues. Not a bad choice. Not a mistake. A board where no available sequence preserves everything. Bishop finally understands. They don't need to defeat Blue's decision-making. They need to defeat its option set.